Fallout 4. The inverse of Fallout 3. Now what do I mean by that? Well, I believe, and this is just my theory, that the beginning of the story follows a similar theme to Fallout 3, but in reverse. How do I get to this conclusion? Well, we know from the gameplay trailers and what we've seen so far that your character is born outside of the vault in pre-war America. We see a husband and wife and a child, and if you're lucky enough to choose one of the names that's been pre-programmed, all three of them will be able to have their names spoken to them by the other NPCs. You see Codsworth do it with the male and the child. So theory. When the bombs drop and you run to the vault, what happens next? Now, two theories. One, cryostasis. Vault 111 is a cryostasis vault, and what sort of suits that theory? Well, 200 years later, and you're only a human, so you don't live that long normally. You're still alive, so could be cryostasis for that reason. 2. Vault 112 from Fallout 3, where Tranquility Lane was, and Dr. Braun. That was a cryostasis vault as well, and it's only one number different. Maybe if they were very close in number, they had very similar designs. Now there's some concept art showing some pods and dog meat. Could be nothing, that. Now, the problem with the cryostasis is, some people could say, well, does that mean that the whole game is just artificial reality, and your player character is stuck inside a pod? I really hope not. Wouldn't be like, yep, we're going to reset the whole Fallout universe, you're stuck inside a pod. So what's the second theory? Well, the second theory is that you're an android. What do we have for that we've seen in the actual Bethesda stuff they've released? Well, we've seen the synthetics, get my words out, we've seen the synthetics fighting, and we know that Boston's where the Institute is from the replicated Man quest in Fallout 3. I think the first one, the cryostasis, probably suits it better. Why do I go with that? Well, you've got your husband, your wife, and your child all named, and the NPCs can say them. So how is Fallout 4 the inverse of Fallout 3? Because this time you play as the parent. So when you come out of that vault, who's to say you're not going to be tracking down your child or your spouse? Or maybe both in the wasteland. What if this time you track down your child and your child's destroyed a city that was sat on top of a nuclear bomb? Instead of your father being disappointed in you in Fallout 3, you've got to be disappointed in your child. Or congratulate them, depends if you're playing good or bad, I suppose. Yes. What other options are there? Well, the nuclear blast at the end of the trailer, when they're just about to go down. Maybe the child dies, or the mother dies, or the father dies, depending on which character you're playing. Maybe that means that the child grows up hostile, or your spouse grows up, becomes hostile to you. Maybe the big bad, evil bad guy of the entire story turns out to be your other half or your child. Ooh. How would you react to that as a gameplay twist? Yes. What makes me think that's possible is the fact that they said all the NPCs that were human were romanceable. Now why would you need the NPCs romanceable if your wife survived or your husband survived? Would you just be cheating on them and then you find out they was alive and then you have to turn around to your NPC and say, oh, I'm sorry, my 200-year-old wife happens to be alive. Or, that also suits the, oh, my wife or my husband died because I'm playing the other, and my child's grown up hating me, and my child's a bit of a evil, you know, son of a whatever, in the wasteland. I'm romancing this NPC, and my enemy just so happens to be my own child. There's a lot of story themes and story directions this could go in. And this could just be conjecture on my part, but just that little bit that we've seen could lead for an interesting story. Well, I hope you like this little video of mine. It's just a small little theory video. I shall see you again. But before I go, I'd just like to say, if you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and come back for more of my ramblings. Me, Robin, saying goodbye.